What's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm down at Hendrick Lexus Northlake and we're going to take a look at this 2021 Lexus IS 350 F Sport. Huge shout out to them for providing this sporty sedan for me today. Make sure you check out their website. That link is down in the description below. The model that you see behind me is finished off in ultrasonic blue mica and it has an MSRP just over $48,000. We're going to start off today's review with what powers this 350 F Sport. Underneath the hood, you'll find the 3.5 liter V6 engine paired with the 8-speed automatic transmission. It pumps out 311 horsepower around 6,600 RPM and 280 pound-feet of torque around 4,800 RPM. This model is rear-wheel drive. It weighs in right around 3,700 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in the mid 5-second range up to its top speed of 143 miles an hour. It also has a fuel capacity around 17.4 gallons, so you can expect to see around 20 miles per gallon in the city and 28 out on the highway. This has a wheelbase of 110.2 inches. Its overall length is 185.4. It has a width of 72.4 and a height of 56.7 inches. And with those specs out of the way, we can take a look at the exterior on this IS 350. So I'm going to start off with the LED headlights. This also has LED DRLs and turn signals. And what I love the most about Lexus models is the DRL is very distinctive. You can see it comes to a crisp point in the center of the headlight housing itself. We have a really nice sleek design to it and some great bodywork that surrounds the headlight housing. You'll see we have a point that comes off the bottom, and then right in the middle we have another line that comes right to the side of the hourglass shape for the grille, and that line also continues onto the hood, so it's really nice how it flows nicely. But making our way to this grille now, you'll see we have that hourglass shape. The surround is finished off in gloss black along with all of the mesh. Plenty of cutouts to provide maximum cooling to this engine, and you'll also notice we have some parking sensors located there as well. Right in the center is the large Lexus badge, which also doubles as a forward-facing sensor. So it's really nice how that's incorporated together, and it doesn't break up this grille, giving it a really clean look. You'll also notice in the lower section of this grille, we have functional air inlets. There's even some on the corners here, which are surrounded with a gloss black trim piece. Those will help improve with better aerodynamics and channel airflow through there around the front tires. And then making our way to the hood, we have really nice lines that come down and curve all the way into the middle here, basically mimicking this line that you see right at the top of the grille. So it's nice how that flows together nicely, and it gives this front end of the IS 350 F Sport an aggressive look. Making our way to the side profile now for this IS 350 F Sport. This has a really nice set of 19-inch wheels. They're finished off in black chrome with a split 5-spoke design, and it matches perfectly with this blue exterior color. You'll also notice we have the F Sport badge on the front quarter panel, and then it's 3 different colors on the power folding side mirrors. You can see body colored in the lower section along with chrome right in the middle and gloss black on the upper section. They also have the integrated turn signal, and then up top this does feature a sunroof. You'll see more of that chrome surrounding the window trim, and then we have some really crisp lines running down the side profile. You'll see one just behind the front fender flares. It goes underneath the side mirrors, just above the door handles, and then we have some more gloss black on the side skirts just to tie in nicely with that blue. And then you'll also notice too, there's a very distinctive line running in the lower side skirt, and it goes all the way up to the rear fender flare here, so it just ties in nicely. And then we have another line that breaks off just behind the rear door handle, and it goes all the way back to the taillights. And last up for this IS 350, you'll see that this has a trunk mounted spoiler. It's finished off in gloss black, which gives it a great contrast against this blue, but it also matches nicely with the dark housings for the LED taillights. And you'll see this has a connector bar that runs right through the middle of the trunk, just giving it a great look and tying everything together. You'll also notice too that the taillight housings themselves have a nice crisp point to them, so matching the DRLs that you saw up front. This also has a backup camera with the parking sensors in the lower section. You'll see the lower diffuser is finished off in gloss black, and then we have the dual exhausts on both sides. Now it's time to check out the interior on this IS 350. So I have the vehicle locked. I'm just going to grab the door handle. You will hear it unlock, where now we can take a look at this door panel. You'll see there's leather and stitching on the armrest. Really nice insert just above that. We have all of the window controls along with lock and unlock and the side mirror adjustments. Release handle is just above that. You can see one of the speakers, and then a good amount of storage space in the lower section of the door. And as we work our way to the interior, you can see F Sport down on the door sill, and now we can move on to these black leather seats. They are heated and ventilated, which is nice to see. You can see more of that stitching that we saw on the door panel. Really nice insert to them as well, and some good bolstering support. And then down on the side, we have all of the automatic controls. And now once inside with my foot on the brake, it's time to start it up. And coming back to the gauge cluster, you'll see over on the right side is the fuel gauge, on the left side is the engine temperature, and right in the middle we have the tach along with a lot more information right in the center. You can see your miles per hour along with what gear you're in, a live readout for your MPG along with your average just below that, and then we can use buttons on the right side of the steering wheel to go through all of this information. So I can scroll down on it once and you'll see a range along with a reset. You can also see your gear position as well. There's TPMS, miles per hour, which you can change to kilometers per hour if you'd like to. And then I can also hit a pages button. You'll see the entire tach shift to the right side where we can pull up all of that information in a little bit larger of a view. So if you'd like to see that, there's also the G-force meter along with the economy feature, and you can see your gear position and everything that I just showed. But it's really nice to be able to move that if you want to see that information in a little bit different of a setting. As we work our way to the steering wheel now, you'll see it's completely covered in leather. We have solid leather on the top and the bottom, along with perforated on the sides. You can also see the F Sport badge down below. You'll see over on the right side, these are the controls I was using, of course, for the center screen. We also have a pages button, which also moves the tach left and right. You can see the back button along with lane keeping assist and the forward facing sensor. And then over on the left side, we have volume and tuning for the radio, along with Bluetooth and voice commands. You'll also notice that this has the steering wheel mounted paddle shifters, which have a really nice dark finish to them. And then as we work our way to the left side of the steering wheel, you can see the trunk release along with the odometer and the dimmer switch for the gauges. There's the automatic headlight control as well. And then you'll see there's one air vent just above that. You can see there's leather covering the dash. And then as we work our way to the middle, this is the 10.3-inch screen. So there's a lot that we can go through with this system. And to control that, we're gonna go down to the center here where you'll see this pad down below along with map and menu. There's a back button and then the home button right on the back side. So right now by going into menu, you can see everything located down below like your map and navigation, phone and audio. If I click on this pad, we can go into the apps there where you can look at some information if you'd like to. If I click on the map button, that will pull up the GPS. So you can see the map in full screen, which is really nice to see. Great graphics for that. We have projection as well, which is how you can hook up your phone if you'd like to. And then over on the far right side, you can go into the climate controls. So of course you can adjust everything, makes it very easy. We have the fan speed to go into, temperature, where you'd like the air to go. And then just below that, you'll see a clock right in the middle along with two air vents. And then we also have physical buttons for the climate controls as well. So if you're not in that on the upper screen, you can quickly get to them with the fan speed, where you'd like the air to go. There's even temperature dials on both sides. And just by swiping my finger up and down, you can see that adjusted on the screen down below, as well as up top when you're on that screen. So that's great to see. You can see power and volume for the radio on the left side, tuning is on the right side, along with the CD player and some more settings for that system just below it. And then working our way down to the bottom here, you can see the heated and ventilated seat controls. The heated steering wheel button is just on the other side of the shifter there. And then making our way to the shifter, I'll go ahead and put it into reverse, where you'll see the backup camera up here along with the guidelines, and you can also change those guidelines too if you'd like to. A little bit different of an angle, and then we have a few different guidelines that you can use. So it makes it very easy and convenient to use. You can also go all the way down into drive and pop it over into the manual setting. So that allows you to use these steering wheel mounted paddle shifters if you'd like to. And then over on the right side of that, we have the different driving modes. So by turning the dial to the right, that goes into sport mode. Turning it back to the left is eco mode. And then by pushing it down, that puts it into normal mode. This also has a snow mode. You can turn on and off traction control, and it has the auto hold assist just below that. You'll also notice there are two cup holders over on the right side. We have the center armrest here that is finished off in leather. If I open this up, you can see there's a good amount of storage space, along with a 12 volt, two USBs, and an auxiliary port. And then making our way to the glove box, just by pushing on that control there, you can see there's a lot of space for all of that information. We'll go ahead and take one last look at these seats. And then as I mentioned, this does have a sunroof, so I can easily open up the sunshade there. And then up in the top, we also have the touch sensitive dome lights. Jumping into the back seats now for this IS 350, let's talk about the amount of room that's back here. So I'm 5'10", I have the front seat set at my height. I have a few inches for my knees and my feet, and about an inch or two above my head. These are pretty comfortable seats though. I like the side bolstering support that they have to offer, so it makes them very comfortable if you're going on a long cruise. We also have two air vents right in the center, along with a little bit of storage behind both front seats. And there is an armrest. We can pull this down, and it also acts as a cup holder spot. So there's two that pop out from the end of that, and you can also fold these back seats down. They have a 60-40 split to them, so that makes this sedan a lot more versatile for extra storage if needed. And last up, it's time to take a look at the trunk. So I'm just gonna hold the button on the key fob and you will hear that release where we can open this up the rest of the way. And you'll see there's a good amount of storage space with the back seats up. We have a nice flat surface. There are some tie down hooks so you can safely secure any items you'd like to. And then with the back seats folded all the way down, you can see just how much more room there is to put in any larger items if you'd like to. You'll also notice that it goes out to the right side and the left side, so you can put in any larger items sideways if needed. We also have the cargo net, so you can safely secure smaller items if you'd like to. And then there is one grab handle up top, making it very easy to close. All right, so getting the 2021 Lexus IS 350 F Sport out on the road now. This is a really fun sporty sedan from Lexus, and I specifically like this model because of the exterior blue. It really brings out all the lines and shapes on this car, and I think it looks really good, especially against the color of these wheels. And then on the interior here, something new that I haven't reviewed in a Lexus just yet is the navigation. So it's really nice to see this on the center screen here. It has really great graphics, so you can go through all this information and easily see that. But getting this out on the road now and driving it, it has been very comfortable so far. I've put a few miles on it, and I really like how it's absorbing all these bumps very well. But we have to check out the paddle shifters here, so we'll pop it over into manual mode. And it's really cool too, on the gear position, everything turns from gray to orange. So when you go into manual mode, it'll show orange, and it will show you a countdown basically of what gear that you're in. So we're gonna go down to second gear. We'll give it a little bit of gas. Not doing anything too crazy. And we're getting up to the speed limit just like that. As we come around a left-hand turn, this handles very, very well. Being the F Sport, it's going to have that added performance that Lexus is known for with their F Sport models. I love how this is driving, and it feels very tight in the steering too. So the moment that I turn this wheel, it is going exactly where I want it. So it gives you that good feedback that you're looking for. As we're coming up to a little bit harder of a right turn, we go down to fourth gear, third gear, and we have plenty of power to get out of these turns. It's not a loud vehicle either, so the exhaust is not crazy obnoxious. You really can't hear it unless you're under probably a heavy acceleration, which I won't be doing in today's video, of course, but it's very well insulated on the interior of this car, so I can't really hear any road noise or wind noise. Going over bridge bumps like that, it's absorbing them very well. So it's a nice, comfortable ride, but at the same time, you can have a sporty drive in this on some of these turns that I've been able to take it on today. So I have been in normal mode for most of this test drive. I'm going to go ahead and put it into sport mode, where you'll see the tack change. Now we have some red accents just to let you know you are in that sport mode. And we'll downshift a little bit. Let's see if it gets any louder going into sport mode here. So down to second gear, I can hear it a little bit. So it doesn't get crazy loud, but you can almost hear like a whine to it. It has a really nice tone to it. It's not super loud even in sport mode. But now let's talk about the overall visibility for this sedan. It's very easy to see all around, looking over my left shoulder and my right shoulder. Pillar's not crazy bulky in the back there, so I can see around it and use my side mirror there if I need to. So overall visibility, it's really good. It's not a huge vehicle, which makes it very maneuverable, especially in parking lot situations and tighter areas like that. We'll do one last acceleration for today's video. And not doing anything crazy. We are up to speed just like that. It's very smooth in these paddles, and I love the size of them too. They're in a really good spot, so you can quickly get to them and use them if you want to have that sporty drive. But aside from that, talking about all of the interior materials, as you've seen in today's video, it's a very nice layout. I love all the leather, really nice infotainment system, all the buttons just below that for climate controls. Make it very easy to go through all of that, so you don't have a whole lot of buttons going on, which makes it nice. This is a vehicle that you can just get in, you know where all the buttons are, and you can quickly go through this information. And at the same time too, we have plenty of room for 3-4 other people if you'd like to have this car packed, and plenty of room as you saw in the trunk there. It's just a fun car to drive. Even coming around that right-hand turn there, putting it back into manual mode, it's got a good bit of power to it, even in the lower RPM range like I am today. So you could get this out on some back mountain roads, and it handles that turn incredibly well. But I think that's gonna wrap it up for my walk around review and test drive, getting this 2021 Lexus IS 350 F Sport out on the road. Once again, huge shout out to Hendrick Lexus Northlake for providing this sporty sedan for me today. Make sure you check out their website. That link is down below. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up and consider smashing that subscribe button if you'd like to stay up to date on our daily uploads. I'll see you in the next video.